What's up? We are live for the uh, Panthers versus Saints game here, week 17. Um, I have just gotten word that Funches is going to be inactive for this game. Um, Greg Olson says he may be playing next year. We'll see. May or may not. No idea. But we're going to cross our fingers on that one. Hi. I got family members in here, so just don't mind that.
Another game yesterday that should warm your heart. Florida 42, Michigan's 15.
Cool.
Yeah, blew them out, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Oh, oh,
I'm just looking through my notes of the last game here. Let's see.
yeah, get my shower seal
Yep.
there.
Yep. Cool deal. I apologize about that. Ignore that. Let's get back on track here. Uh, so here is the list of free agents, Panthers free agents players that I was given this week. And I'm going to go down the list and I'm going to tell you what my suggestion is for each of these players. Um, as far as uh, how many years of a contract we should get these guys signed for or at all. Because we're looking at a lot of dead money that will be put into our cap this year that we can use. Which could mean we could go spending splurge a little bit, tiny bit, in free agent market this offseason. But we'll see. We'll see what pops up. Um, uh, so we'll start with Thomas Davis. Now we know that he's going to play next year possibly. So I'm going to give him a 1 year contract as my suggestion for him. Peppers as well. We don't know whether he's going to be playing or not. Well, I'm suggesting that, it all depends on whether these guys want to play or not, or they want to retire. Yeah. So, excuse my yawns. This is going to be kind of a ragtag stream here, so just kind of bear through it, guys. Mike Adams. Uh, because of the fact that do we have a better option than Mike Adams out there? That's my question. For that amount of money. If we do, I would start exploring that. But for now, I'm recommending 1 year deal until we figure out what to do with him because there's not a very good market for safeties and free safeties and secondary in general, really. Um, in the next draft here in 2019. But Newhouse I would cut. I haven't been real impressed with him so far in that game that I saw of him. I'm gonna check him out today, but honestly, I'm not impressed as of right now. Um, let's get to Reed. I would like to see us re-sign Reed for 3 years. That's what I like to do because he's earned it. He's worked hard. He's played well. He's fulfilled his end of the bargain. I say re-sign him. And screw the NFL for giving you a drug test every single week that is not random, by the way. Quote unquote random drug tests. Man, give me a break. But I'm not going to start on that rant, though, because the NFL has been after us ever since we got to the Super Bowl and made an appearance in 2015. So that's just that they just hate us. I don't know why, but they just hate us, and they've been taking it out on us every single step of the way, in any way they can. And this is just one of many uh, instances where they've done so. I feel like it's an attack on our organization just as much as it's personal attack on him because of this whole Colin Kaepernick business. But that's my thoughts and feelings on that. But continuing on down the list, Funchess, I'd give him a 1 year contract because I'm not sold on him being a number one wide receiver. A lot of people are. I noticed that when I was reading through the comments this week. Um, I'm I gotta be honest, I'm not sold on him being a number one. I like him as a depth man, but I'm not sold on him as a long term number one. I feel like we need to draft a number one wide receiver. Um, and I've been saying that for the past 3 weeks, and I'm still saying it now. Because I feel like, when we had Torrey Smith, he was kind of the distraction. So that everybody else would be open. And our quarterbacks could throw in a different direction and find some of these passes that they normally wouldn't. Um, I've also been saying the wide receivers haven't been getting enough separation. You know, regardless of the fact that our line is below average at best and not protecting our quarterback and giving him enough time to throw. Regardless of who it is back there, Taylor Heineke or Cam Newton, Kyle Allen, doesn't matter. That line is going to get our quarterbacks killed. We need to get that replaced. Like ASAP. So I feel like every single one of these guys that are on the O line and on the D line are on notice. They need to step it up. Or I would say cut them in 2020. Because all the ones that are on this free agent list that are about to become free agent lists, they're on notice. Because when we go 6-2 and then have a disastrous season like that, where our lines just do nothing to help us, it's time to put all of these guys on notice that are on this list. Every single one of them. Especially the ones on the line. Um, I do see the value of keeping Funchess. I feel like he needs some time to develop his skills a little bit more. But I don't see him as a number one. Don't see him as a number one. I feel like we need to draft number one. But moving on, Fozzie I like, and I would say give him a 1 year contract. Let him develop his skills, get himself back in gear. Um, but overall, the running back position looked pretty strong this year, regardless of our line. Colin Jones, I'd say 1 year because there's a lack of a better option out there. I mean, if you guys can come up with some better options, please do send them my way. But at the moment, I'm seeing let's give the market another year for free safeties and secondary. And let's just see if we can maybe find somebody to replace him at some point. Because I'm just not feeling Colin Jones right now. I'm not. I was a I was a supporter of his, but I wasn't a strong supporter. Let's put it that way. Um, Kyle Love, he has earned a 3 year, as far as I'm concerned. Put him in 3 years, 5 years, however many years you want to put him in. This guy has earned it. He has made the most of every snap that he has come out there and played for us, even during this 7 game losing streak. Especially during that. That guy plays with heart. And that's what we need on this team going forward long term. We have got to have guys like that in order to stay afloat as a franchise. So, Kyle Love definitely gets my vote of confidence. Keep him around. Chris Clark, cut him. Wasn't impressed this year. Solatulu, I say give him 1 year because of how expensive he is to keep. Um, and because the entire D line needs to be put on notice. They've been absolute garbage. David Mayo, 2 years is my suggestion for him. I like him, and I want to see him stay around. He's a solid backup, and he's a solid man for our team. Um, Cameron is paying 1 year. Running backs. I don't feel solid about our running back depth, but I do feel solid about Christian McCaffrey. So, that being said, we'll be looking at that in the offseason. Jason Vanderleen, cut him. Gone. I'm tired of Jason Vanderleen and his lack of ability right now and his nonsense. I gone. Norris, I haven't seen much of him enough to really get a good idea of how good he is, so I would say cut him. Or put a 1 year on him. Let's just check him out before we get rid of him. But if we decide to. Cox Jr., 2 years. My suggestion, Gilbert, 2 years. We got to have a backup quarterback. And Cox Jr.'s done his job. Frazier, I'm not impressed. But,
We got one of the youngest guys on the Panthers starting at quarterback.
already, we already have a false start, guys. Already.
In his last
Ridiculous.
as a Panther in the NFL, and couldn't be more excited for him either. This guy has done it all for the Carolina Panthers. He's been a rock on the offensive line. He's been a rock in this foundation. 12 seasons, 5 Pro Bowls.
Obata needs a 3 year contract. Absolutely. Obata. Absolutely. This guy needs to be a starter.
They're good up front.
So,
They got players at the front of
finishing up the list, Jamal Jones, cut him. Harms, 1 year. If we can find a better option next year, that'd be great. But right now, cut him. Or put him in for 1 year. Because we don't have the depth, I would say keep him for 1 year. Hood, cut him. Taylor Hearn, 1 year. So that's my list of free agents for the year. Keeping that in mind, we'll figure out what we're doing from there. Whoever retires and whatever moves we decide to make, we'll go from there. I'll be posting up videos throughout the year, the off season, to discuss all that and react to different moves that we make. So, anyway, to the game, folks. I'm going to cut off this stream and restart it in about 2 to 3 minutes. And I'll stream the game in about 2 to 3 minutes once I restart the stream. So I appreciate it, guys, for watching this pregame and part of the first quarter. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes, all right? Keep pounding, guys.